You just tell me next time.
Oh no, I don't mind. No, it's discipline. It's about being consistent, Jim.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I was just thinking.
Yeah.
Because I have that same thought sometimes.
Oh
Like,
yeah.
do we have to do it today? Yeah.
All right, I've got a spinning wheel.
Yeah.
We are live. I was expecting an intro. It wasn't there.
We never know.
Who knows? And what intro it would have been, we never know. So yes, Hypno News. Hello, Jim. How are you?
I'm doing well. We'll start taking bets. We'll let you guys bet whether we're going to have music and what music it'll be. Yeah.
We could just keep it random. You know that we do that.
Random.
We do that deliberately. It helps user engagement.
It's true, actually. I wish you wouldn't have told them that, though, Grant. I thought we were keeping that a secret, but
Keeping the secrets.
okay,
Keeping the secrets. Yeah, we'll let them in. Maybe they'll adopt it in their live streams then as well. You see.
Exactly. Yeah, I'm doing well. I just got back from Arizona. The weather was fantastic. Had some great shows, and boy, came back on the plane immediately. The next day, had another show. That was last night, and today, wow, it's been cleaning and organizing.
Do you know what? It's so important. I was looking at my desk this afternoon, and you probably won't be surprised about this, Jim, but my desk is a pigsty. It is a mess. It is absolute chaos. And I've got all sorts of stuff there, and all of it means stuff. But I looked at it and I kind of thought, do you know what? I need to tidy this space up. You know, and it was a video clip that I saw, and it was one of these motivational clips, and it was all about the film Limitless. And it says the guy in Limitless, when he first takes the pill, the first thing he does is he doesn't invest in stocks. He doesn't do any of that stuff. The first thing he does is he tidies his apartment, because that's the thing you've got to do first and foremost. And I thought, you know what? Yeah, my brain is a bit cluttered at the moment, and my space is cluttered. I need to tidy up. So I went on this thing of I'm going to be like completely minimalist. I'm going to, do you know what I mean? I just want to streamline everything. And so yeah, so that's a tomorrow job.
Tomorrow, that's right. Never do today what you can always do. What you can do tomorrow. Isn't that the saying?
I do think it's quite funny that my Monday motivations this week was on procrastination. We had really bad snow here, and my office is on the top of a hill. And so I thought, you know what? I don't want to risk. So I'm still in the courtesy car. I didn't want to risk driving down that in the snow. So I thought I'm going to have to put off that live stream till next Monday. And it was lost on everybody. I thought someone might at least comment on the fact of the stream on procrastination I was doing is the one that I've put off till next week. But nobody noticed. So yeah.
So it's funny you say that, because I was thinking, I was like, how does the snow affect your live stream? Because you just do it from anywhere, right?
Yes. But the studio / office is at the top of a really steep hill with cars parked all the way down. And because I'm in the courtesy car, I did not want to risk the snow down the hill late at night. So I thought, you know what, I'll put it off for another day. Richard Cole's in the house.
Getting ready for bed and listening to you sing me to sleep. Richard Cole, we have a phone call. It's coming soon, I hope. We're trying to connect on some stuff. You know what? And I think, isn't that the first? Is that? I know it's on the list. It might be the first thing that Jordan Peterson recommends too. Clean your bedroom or something like that.
Clean your room, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
I think it's so important, and it's like, for me, I always know the state of my mental health by what I'm wearing as well.
Yeah.
If I can be bothered in the morning to put on a nice shirt, put on a sports coat and go out, I'm absolutely bossed the day. But then sometimes when the weather's a little bit cold and I'm not feeling great, I'll throw on a hoodie, I'll wear my glasses, I'll put a baseball cap on, and I'm not as Grant as I normally am. And so I think those little disciplines, they really add up at the end of the day when you kind of look back at yourselves and kind of go, when you remind yourself of who you are. So I think it's a good thing to do. But yeah.
Well, it was funny. I was talking to my friend down in Arizona, and he was talking about how he loves to do nothing, like playing the video games and watching TV and stuff. And I was like, I love that stuff, but I actually really like it when I'm very disciplined. That's when
Yeah.
I feel the best. When I've been to the gym and then I, did my writing and I did everything on my checklist, I actually feel better than if I just take the day off and just watch TV or play video games.
Yeah.
It's weird.
Because watching TV and video games, it's not like you're watching TV or video games to relax. Most of the time we're doing that, we're distracting ourselves from a task that we don't want to do.
Yeah.
And that's what makes us feel bad. Whereas if you actually tackle the task, it makes you feel good. So yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, this week I was at the UK Hypnosis conference. That was a really great conference. It was just a fly in, do a talk, do a bit of chit chatting, and then fly back out again. But some really great people there. Jeffrey Spiegel was there talking about.
I saw that. Wow.
Amazing talk. And did some and some stuff that he had in his talk which wasn't for public knowledge, and to share that kind of research data, publicly before it's been published is amazing. And so some really great stuff. So a great conference, a little bit more academic than a lot of the others. That's because I think there's a lot of Brits there.
They're all
all very serious. But it was nice. It was nice to see quite a few regular faces. Johnny was there as well with her husband, talking about kind of teams work. That was really great.
Nice. Hey, Nora, good to see you. I think that is such, what a coup. Last year they had Darren Brown. This year they've got Spiegel. Wow. Now, most of you know, of course, Spiegel eye roll. That's one of the tests we do in hypnosis sometimes. A little bit of controversy about that, whether it's really accurate or not. But I found when I'm doing like street hypnosis and somebody's eyes roll, they roll up.
Yeah.
Boom. They seem to work really well.
His talk was a lot about kind of like the magnetic frequencies as well, and how that affects hypnotizability, and how you can use magnetic frequencies in order to affect the part of the brain to make people more hypnotizable. Some really great scientific stuff. So and the room was just magnetized watching him. It was amazing.
Wow. Right on.
Yeah.
Very cool. Now, is that the son, or is that the original Spiegel? Is that isn't there, because is he the original?
I believe he's the son. He doesn't. I don't think he's that old. He's old. Okay. He's older.
Yeah.
But
that's what I was wondering.
But a great researcher as well. Absolutely fantastic. Speaking of absolutely fantastic stuff, let's just pop this up in the stream. There we go. Your Life Sucks. It's a great book. How is the book going?
Sales have slowed down, but I've got some promotional stuff planned, and the price is going up, folks. The introductory price was only supposed to be for a month, and I forgot, so I'm going to raise it.
Yes, definitely.
Make some real money here. Know what I'm talking about? Yeah.
Yes.
It's great. When I do shows, I sold out the other day at my public show that I did. It went, it was great.
Oh, well done.
Brought a bunch with me.
Nice. It's really nice when that happens.
Yeah.
It's so challenging to sell tickets for shows at the moment, and sometimes it works really well, and then you kind of like, oh, do you know what? I'm going to do one of these like every other week and smash it, and then you do them the following week, and all of a sudden you're like, you're fighting to try and get tickets. So when it works well, it just you've done a good job.
Yeah, and I tell people, everybody's always asking me, why aren't you doing more public shows? And I just got to tell you, it's so much more work, and the pay isn't as good. Usually, you do a corporate gig, you don't have to advertise it yourself, right? They do they bring everybody.
Nice. I went through phases of wanting to four-wall and do my own ticket shows. And then it was kind of like you realize that, after you've done your marketing, after you've paid for your advertising, after you've paid for the room, paid for the tickets, the promo, the posters, all of the stuff that you do, and the time involved in doing all that lot, going up, putting up banners, putting up posters, going around shops, asking if they'll put them up, doing all of that stuff, you come away, and if you break even, you're happy.
Yeah.
Or you can take a gig. And it would always fall for me that I would be forewarning a show, and on that night I'd always get 2 or 3 inquiries for really great shows.
Mm.
So I try and limit the 4-wall shows that I do now.
Yeah. Even doing like a comedy club or a nightclub or something, it's still like you're still having to promote and do all that stuff. And
Yeah.
I love it. So I still do them, occasionally just to, stay famous. But a lot more work for sure.
Yeah. Speaking of staying famous, the HypnoCaf, or the World Hypno magazine, Hypno World magazine, is
Yes.
absolutely awesome. What I really loved, I think it was Nora that posted a picture of I think it was like a back wall with her Christmas tree up and a copy of the magazine on the shelf earlier today. And
Nice.
it was so cool to see that. So yeah, it is a great magazine. So
Hey, Sean, and which one was that? Who's on the cover of that?
who is
Who's
on the
cover
cover
that?
of that? Some dashingly good model. It must have been AI, I think.
AI. Yes, it had to have been
Had to have
retouched multiple times.
Oh yeah, I must admit, I have a copy on my desk, and I make sure that everybody sees it.
That's a good confidence builder. Yeah, that's me right
Oh,
there.
absolutely, that's me there.
Exactly.
So yeah, getting into it, we're in the countdown now to the Performing
Oh
Hypnosis
my God.
Summit.
We're like 2 months away, right at 2 months away.
Wow,
Yeah.
that's so exciting! Really looking forward to it. Looking forward to
Mhm.
getting everybody together, the socials, the learnings, all of that stuff. It's going to be amazing.
Yeah, absolutely. Get your get your tickets and get your hotel rooms booked. The
Yes,
hotels, they will sell out. They will sell out that, and you'll have to pay more, or you have to stay at a different hotel. It won't be as good.
and it's always that thing. Don't leave it till the last minute.
Yeah.
And kind of think, oh, I'll do it later, I'll do it later, I'll do it later. And then all of a sudden you're messaging either me or Jim kind of going, oh, can you get some
Open up
more
some more.
hotel rooms?
Yeah. And then we got to beg and plead and do all that stuff. And sometimes we can, sometimes we can't. And
Yeah.
guys, right now it only costs you $50. No matter, you can go for 3 days or 10 days. You just put it, they'll only take $50 out of your account right now, and they'll collect the rest later. So, if you think you might stay for a week, just put a week in, and you can always cancel it. Cancel some of the days later.
Exactly.
As long as you do it, there's a certain like a week before or something, maybe even a day before.
I think
You
it's
can
the day
still
before.
adjust it. So get them. The great thing about the Gold Coast too is it's really close to other places. It's not like New Orleans where you're out like in the middle of nowhere. I mean, literally like just down the street is the Rio, and there's some stores and restaurants around. So yeah, it's a great place to stay.
I must admit, it's a great location as well. So yeah, cool. Speaking of great locations, Thailand, that's a great
Thailand.
location.
Yeah, Thailand.
Yeah.
That's going to be fantastic.
Yeah. So this is going to be like a small select group of people that are really going to deep dive into kind of the whole business entrepreneurship, and it's going to be fantastic. Salish is doing some stuff there as well, isn't it?
He is. Yep.
Yeah.
And Sean, if you can get out of school, if it works right with his schedule, he's going to be joining us, of course, the captain. And we've, if you want to get on a phone call with one of us or something, do that. Give us a call, email us, message us, whatever. Happy to chat with you about what to expect. But if you go to the website, you're going to find we've got a pretty detailed plan for you. I mean, it's you don't have to do everything, but you certainly can.
Yeah, we want it to be a life-changing experience.
Yeah, absolutely.
So interesting stuff as well is the Joe Beth's podcast with the kind of presenters for PHS as well. The Between Two Minds. He's doing a really great job on that.
He is. Yeah. If you guys want to get on, if you're a presenter, you don't have to be a presenter, but I mean, definitely presenters go and get on the show. He's highlighting all the presenters, and unfortunately with Hypnosis Hero, I'm booked out through February now. So had some presenters want to get on, and I'm like, it's too late now. I'd have to bump somebody. So yeah, I don't want to do that.
It's I think when we talk about promoting shows, I think getting on podcasts, getting on other people's live streams, it's one of the most important things you can do in this day and age.
Yeah. It's funny. I remember talking to a guy one time. It's a younger guy. He had never been on a podcast. And I invited him. I said, well, you can come on my Exploring Awesome podcast, get your first one. He goes, well, I don't really know if do many people listen to that? And I'm like, it doesn't matter. You've not done one before. You've got to get some experience in there. So
Yeah.
try to get on all of them, even the ones that seem like crap. Just get that experience in, because it really does. Because somebody else will see it, they'll invite you, and then they'll invite you.
And I remember one of the first podcasts I ever went on. What was it called? Margaritas with Marcus.
Oh.
And do you know what? Really, really great guy, really great connection. We kind of half made friends after that. But I had no idea what the podcast was about. It was entertainment based. So I'm like, yeah, that's fine. And it was in LA. And so it ended up being like 4 a.m. my time. But I'm like, I'm on a podcast. It's going to be ace. And it turns out Marcus is like an agent for some drag queens that work LA. It was just like, oh, this is not what I was expecting. But really great podcast. Got to hypnotize him across the air, sort of thing.
Awesome.
It's always been a good connection. But that connection was there. And so every now and then he'll comment on some stuff. If someone asks about hypnosis, he'll tag me in it. You know, that wouldn't happen if I'd have not done that. So, and again, get on the podcast. There might be a small podcast now.
Exactly.
They also might blow up. They might be the next Joe Rogan.
You know, Joe Rogan podcast wasn't the Joe Rogan podcast when it started. You know, it was not. It was not what it's become.
Yeah. So it's always good to get in on the early days on stuff.
I just heard from Robert Gaines. I guess you guys are booked. You're going to be doing a episode, and you know, I got to tell you, he asked such good questions. It's one of my favorite podcasts I've been on in a long time.
Oh, good.
Really good questions. Good.
Yeah,
good
he opened up some more dates, and it ended up being perfect for me. So I'm like, yeah, definitely.
Awesome.
So that's next week. So I'm looking forward to that as well. Thank you for that recommendation.
Absolutely. You know, and something else too, guys. Go check out Richard Barker's website, because he's got a page and it's called Media. And now you're not going to have the kind of media that he has, but you can set up a page like that. And that's on my list, to set up a page, and it'll just have like all of your TV appearances, all of your podcasts and everything. So it makes it really easy for producers to scroll through there and get an idea of who you are. Make sure you're not a nutcase before they invite you on.
Yeah. And again, that what social proof, when someone's looking to book you for a show or a corporate, they see you've got a media page that automatically elevates you above everybody else. And then they see the list of accolades that you got, of podcasts that you've appeared on, of TV shows, of interviews that you've done, radio shows, magazines, articles, covers of magazines.
Covers of magazines. Cover model.
That's exactly. Right. It's all social proof.
And you know, speaking of podcasts, let me just throw this out there real quick too. Right now, while you're thinking about it, make a note to go do this tomorrow or tonight or whatever. But figure out your short bio, your website, your hashtags, and your primary social media links, so that as soon as somebody sends you a request, you can just shoot it right over to them. You know, we had Steve G. Jones on the show a few weeks ago, and that's what it was like. I just said, "Hey, Steve, I need some info from you." Boom, he sends me a document from Dropbox. It had everything I needed. And so it'll just save you so much time. You're not reinventing the wheel every time. And of course, we're going to use ChatGPT to help us.
I've heard of that.
Yeah. So yeah, get that done. Get that done right now so that you're ready.
Yeah. And it's just like you said, make it as easy as possible for people to deal with you.
Yeah. Because I've had a couple of people that was like, I keep having to keep asking them, hey, can I please get that info? Can I please get that info? And I've been on the other side. I've been that guy. I had a guy cancel a podcast because I didn't get him my information soon enough. And, you know, in order to promote the show, they need your info. So go do that.
Yeah,
it'll help.
Absolutely.
Pro tip.
Speaking of promoting shows, someone that's making great waves at the moment, Lara Cox, is a UK hypnotist. She's got a show this Friday, which is today. In the UK, at the Holden Sports and Social Club. There's a link there as well for tickets. Go to laracoxhypnosis.com. She's doing great stuff. She's got a comedy background, and she's kind of moving that into the hypnosis world. So it would be great. Hopefully, it would be good to see it at PHS at some point. Fairly new to the industry, but doing a good job so far, from what I understand. Definitely. One of the things I always say about hypnotists is we should be supporting more hypnosis shows. So if you're a hypnotherapist, you know, if you're in the London area, get yourself along there and support the show, because if venues see shows well attended,
Yeah.
it makes them see it as a more viable opportunity to book more shows.
Right.
So, you know, hypnotists should be supporting hypnosis.
And even if you're a comedy hypnotist, really support that show, share it, that kind of stuff, you know,
Yeah,
because like the more comedy hypnosis shows there are, the more there will be.
absolutely, 100%. And finally, and a great conference. It's the 10th year of Heartlands.
Wow. Yeah. Amazing. And there's a very special performer going to be performing this year, the
Yeah,
hypnosis show, Terry Stokes. Yeah.
I'm really looking forward to that. Terry's a legend.
Mhm.
So to have him performing for that 10th year is going to be brilliant.
You know, I got to tell you too, and it's one of our favorite conferences that we go to. If I may speak for Grant, but you know, we were just on a what was it? Oh, the Imagination Lab with Terry Stokes.
Yeah,
I got to tell you guys, if you're not in ISHA, I can't tell you what you just missed. I mean, it was so fantastic. The resource this guy provided. I mean, so much great information came out in that. And like, you know, people like Nadine Manuel were going, wow, this is great info.
yeah.
You'd think, well, Nadine must know everything by now, but no, she was learning too. So it's a great resource, guys.
Yeah. And I kind of got a new routine out of it. Just by kind of sharing that idea in that format. And it started off a challenge, and then it kind of came on. You're like, oh, actually, this could be really good. So yeah, some great stuff. So I really do like, and I like the Imagination Labs being on Zoom as well. I think it helps it. So yeah, looking forward to that.
Absolutely. Yeah.
So yes, the speaker submissions for Heartlands, the deadline for that is the 30th of November. So that is, you know, just over a week.
Yeah.
So that's going to be good. And it is such a great conference as well.
Got to put that in my calendar right now. Have you turned yours in yet?
Not yet. It is on my list of things to do. But yeah, it's on my. It's a tomorrow job, is that, I believe.
Yeah.
I tell you what would be interesting as well. I think I'm going to put in for my usual kind of talks that I do as well.
Yeah.
But I think it'd be nice to do like a social media one if you're interested in doing one together.
Absolutely. Let's do that. Yeah. Absolutely.
Because I think it's always good fun to talk about social media.
And it's interesting, you know, I see at some of the conferences, and no offense to if this is you, but you out there, but I see people teaching classes on social media, but they don't seem to have much of a following or much engagement. And I'm not sure what that's about. Is there some secret social media account that they're not telling us about? I don't know.
Yeah, that always amazes me. There's whenever I see like a branding company, a marketing company, or a social media company that only has a couple of hundred followers, I'm always like,
right.
But, yeah. So there's lots of people that teach the theory, but they're not in the trenches doing the practice.
Right.
And so I know it's something you're passionate about.
Yeah.
It's something I'm passionate about. And so yeah. Cool.
Yeah, I think it's a great idea. Let's do that.
Yeah, and it's great for creating content as well.
Yeah, I mean, this is the great. You know, here's the great thing, and I like. Well, I'll tell you, and I'll just tell you guys. Last month, I made $11 from Facebook, up from $6 from the month before, which is nothing, except that it's a couple of dinners out, you know, over the year, right? And I'm just doing something that I need to do for my business anyway, and for my social proof. I'm not doing anything. I'm not jumping through any extra hoops, so to speak. So if you can get extra money, and then there's all these other angles that you can play. I mean, I'm telling you, if you come to the Thailand retreat, we're going to share a lot of inside information how you can leverage your social media and just, I mean, really, there's some really fantastic opportunities out there. So yeah, you'll want to join us.
Yeah, you should do. And if budget is tight and you want to learn the stuff without coming out to the conferences, then the PHS 24 videos, tapes, are they called tapes? Recordings.
I think we call them recordings now. Yes, video recordings.
They are still live. You can purchase /rent the whole series of which there is, I think there's like 39 hours of experts sharing their knowledge, or you can go through and go individually. So let's say you want to hear the Brain Bully talk about his street stuff. You can just rent his or Terry Stokes' keynote. Go. The list is absolutely amazing. It is the who's who of performing hypnosis, and so you can dip in and out at your leisure and pick up that knowledge as well. And there's some great knowledge in there.
Yeah. Really good opportunity. You don't have to stop learning just because you're not at the conference. And we do that every year. You know, the goal really is to create this massive archive for you guys, and literally it sounds corny, but the future generations of entertainment hypnosis that'll be, you know, watching those videos long after we're gone to retire in Thailand. I mean,
But it's not that as well. It's the opportunity of getting people, you know, like the Tom Silvers, the Terry Stokes, that have these stories, these learnings, and documenting them and archiving them, and so we can learn from them and grow as an industry.
Funny you say that, because, you know, I just learned stuff from Terry Stokes, and I was talking to Tom, and he gave me a new angle on a skit that I do already, which is like, oh, that's going to be even better. And so, and I've never seen anybody else do it like this. It's always, you have to talk to Tom if you want to know what it is, but it was really good information. I was like, oh man, this is, and I asked him, I said, Tom, is it all right if you use it? He goes, I'm not doing it anymore. Go ahead. So
that's the great thing of this industry, and especially at that level, you know. And this is the thing: by going to the conference, you get to make those connections, and you get to ask those questions and say, "Oh, I really like that routine. Can I steal it? Can I tweak it?" And then from the horse's mouth, they're going to go, "Yeah." So
absolutely,
it's really cool.
Yeah.
Guys, have a great week. Don't forget to get your tickets for PHS. And if you've got anything going off in the world of hypnosis, then do let us know. We'll happily share it on here.
Happily.
Yeah. Stay awesome. Keep hypnotizing and have fun.
Take care. Be well.